Now I see you perfectly with a video.
Yeah!
Maybe don't move.
Enfin! I'm sorry.
Do not be sorry. It is so random. I'm used to like where I'm staying with friends in their yard. I see where I have my connection and works. You're in a new place and it don't even worry. So let's start over and tell me who you are, what your job is now, and your personal history getting there.
So I'm Melanie Pfister, winemaker at the family domain in Alsace, Domaine Pfister, which is in the northern part of Alsace, so closer to Strasbourg. And so I'm the eighth generation in the family.
And did you know from what childhood that you wanted to be a winemaker, or did you go and want to do your own thing and come back?
I first wanted to study biology, and that's what I did at university, and then switched to viticulture as I was 20 years old, and then went to study viticulture in Bordeaux
Oh,
and enology in Dijon
oh wow.
and
Okay.
back home.
All right. And when did you take over the reins? And was that fun or difficult? And I assume from your dad, right?
Yeah, from my dad. I took over in 2008, already 12 years ago.
And what has changed since you've been at the helm? Have you made changes?
Few changes. So we officially started to be organic. My father was already working with no-till agriculture
Mm-hmm.
since the 80s. So he was a kind of pioneer in this way of cultivating, and that was a big change. And other changes were done in winemaking, mostly in the red, due to I did a nice internship in Burgundy, and we improved, I think.
Now, can you tell people an overview? Because there's some wine professionals on here, but some consumers, just wine lovers. Can you explain an overview of Alsace?
Alsace, first of all, situation. Alsace is that northeast region, close to, in France, close to Germany, close to Switzerland, and it's a narrow land of vines, which is really at the foothills of the Vosges Mountains. And Alsace is 90% of whites. 90% of whites. Only one red grape is allowed, which is Pinot Noir.
And can you run through the grapes that grow up there?
Yeah, alors, the main grape is Riesling. There's Pinot Gris, formerly called Tokay Pinot Gris, now it's Pinot Gris. Gewürztraminer, Pinot Blanc, Auxerrois, Sylvaner, Muscat, and there's a bit of Chardonnay allowed for the sparkling, for the crémant.
All right. Okay. And when we were previously chatting a little bit, you mentioned one of the things about Alsace is the diversity of the soils and situations. How do you decide where you're going to plant Riesling versus Pinot Blanc?
First of all, the ancestors already had this experience. Actually,
Hmm.
they planted, because the land is really different from, you have a small pass, and on the left hand side there's Riesling, on the right hand side there's Pinot Gris. Why? And actually the older generations probably tried and found that Riesling was better on the left than on the right, because actually now when we plant, we do big holes, we study the soil.
Right.
That was not done before, but now we can explain. On the left, the soil is shallower, there's more rocks, it warms up a bit, and on the right hand side, which is better suited to Pinot Gris.
I see. Okay. And that's actually fascinating. So can you give us an overview of your family domain? You said you're eighth generation and the first female.
True.
How is Domaine Melanie Pfister unique in Alsace?
The domain is 10 hectares. That's 25 acres,
Mhm.
which is a kind of average size for an independent winemaker in Alsace. What's really classical for a standard grower in Alsace is that the vineyard is very spread out. We have 40 different plots around the village, and that's classic. We have 3 rows there, 7 here, and the neighbors have the same. So that's Alsace. What makes us unique is the situation. We are up north, we in a sub-region of Alsace, which is probably a bit less famous, but really interesting in the way only vines on hills. Those
Okay.
hills are probably because we are on rolling hills, a bit detached, really stuck on the Vosges Mountains, and we have limestone, which is not a generality in Alsace. And then the domain really cultivated a style of wine which is kind of own, which is a very food friendly style of wine, dry. And even during the last 2 decades, when the style is going a bit sweeter in Alsace, my father continued to craft dry wine. That makes us it's our house style now.
Hmm. And Stephanie was kind enough to, well, and you were kind enough to send me some wines. And the first one I had was the blend that Stephanie said was called the eighth after you're being the eighth generation.
True. Blending is not traditional in Alsace. There
Okay.
are some blends. There is a classic blend actually. I'm wrong because that's the Edelzwicker. But Edelzwicker is the really entry level wine. We don't talk about. The blend, I really discovered that as I was working in Bordeaux. I studied there, but also practiced at Cheval Blanc in Saint-Émilion,
Wow.
which was a great
Yeah.
to do there. And I was lucky to attend the blending. And that was really impressive because working in Alsace, in Burgundy, where we only had single varietal, and the blend really
Hmm.
just attention to the wine because the Merlot was great, the Cab Franc was one of the best I've tasted so far, and the blend was just better. To make a blend in Alsace, this philosophy that means trying to represent the region, trying so with aromatics, freshness, of course, and texture, and trying to represent also our house style, which is dry. And every year we try uh, to make what we consider is the best wine of the vintage.
Um, you were going in and out, but I think I got it. And can I ask why you use a
Yeah,
glass cork on that wine?
Jeff.
Now I see you, but I can't hear you. Yes. Now I could see you and not hear you, and now I think it's coming back. Now I think you're back. The data gods are not smiling on us today.
Do you hear me?
Are you there? Yes. Now I think we're back. I hope. Yes, I think so. Okay, so why the glass cork on the blend? Are we together?
We used to actually. We've
No. I can't hear you, but I can see you. Well, I can see you. Yeah, this is so weird. I can't hear you. Oh, you're such a lovely person to chat with. I'm really disappointed. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Well, you all met her. She's fantastic. I had her Riesling last night. Um, I'm gonna end this and see if she wants to continue. We're gonna try it again, but I don't have high hopes. Well, maybe she's there. Yes, Virginie, I agree. There we go.
Jeff?
Are you? Can you hear me? Let's see. Yeah. Now I think the sound is delayed, but maybe it'll build a stronger connection.
Yes. Great. Again. So,
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to give up. This is not. Oh, what do you think? Should we give up or keep trying?
should we? Um,
It's so funny how it changes in and out.
does it work?
I heard you say that, and now it's maybe it's okay again. You're moving. Can I? Are you?
I hope so.
Let's try again. See. It's a little.
Okay.
There's a little.
I
Maybe
won't
we're okay.
move.
I think it's caught up.
Huh.
That I think.
It's really
No,
hard.
your phone.
Talking about,
But let's continue with the glass cork.
yeah, so glass stoppers, um, we we used them for more than 10 years.
Oh.
And now, and the goal was not aesthetic or just to be fun. It was technical. I saw.
I lost you. I'm not.
But they used mostly stoppers, and so the reason was really technical, so to avoid any cork taint
Oh, okay.
easily. Yeah, and because we try to make the purest, the cleanest wine possible, and the thing with natural cork is that you never know. So you do the best effort
Mm-hmm.
possible until the end, and with a natural cork, when it's an obvious cork taint, okay, that's easy to see and to smell, but when it's just a wrong kind of mask on the wine, uh, that's really damageable because the consumer who.
Are you? Can you hear me? Say something so I can. I don't know if I can hear you. I don't hear any sound. No sound. You are a real champion for sticking through this. No, no. Okay, let's call it a day. It's been a pleasure. We'll talk soon. Okay? I think we should end it. And, well, y'all saw what a delight she was. Her wines are fantastic. Stay posted or stay tuned for tomorrow. I have 2 of these. And I really wish it would come back. When it's good, it's good. Stephanie, I'm so sorry. She's a delight. Okay, she can't. I don't. Can you hear me, Stephanie or Melanie? No. Maybe she's going somewhere. I mean, it's lovely seeing the vines. Yeah, let's. I think let's try again. Okay, Melanie, we're gonna try again later. Okay. Oh, oh, look at that view! Wow, goodness. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking around. That was a little difficult, but I appreciate everybody's patience. Take care.